or are they going to go defensive, back into their shells potentially and try not to lose? I want to see them attack.
Every time the Blues have landed a blow, it seems like the Saints have just responded within a split second as we get set for the second half. Carlton by 7 points. Saturday night football at Icon Park. Moody in the ruck. Slapped it to Patrikios, who's immediately tackled by Loynes. George Patrikios with 9 touches in the opening half. Moody down to Vesely, who leads the game for the Saints with 10. Kelly almost had it. Loynes pinched it from her, and now Vesely goes on her hands and knees to try and win it. Moody with strength tries to barge out and does. Hosking, Prasparkas bounces it towards half forward for the Blues. It'll be a 2-on-2 contest. Walker tries to control it in the air. Brown did well, put her frame in the way. Now O'Neill over the top of the football. Walker looks to wrap her up. Umpire says play on it. Spills in the Downey direction. She soccers it forward. Stevens versus Priest. Stevens wins it. Priest lays the tackle. Stevens slaps it on. Downey couldn't take it cleanly. O'Neill comes over the top. Walker turns her in the tackle. And in the end, it's out of bounds. And that kind of sums up the first half. Desperation from both teams.
It really does. It's hard to get a clean passage of play, free-flowing, but it's interesting to see Maddie Prasparkas as well. We spoke of her at halftime. She's up to 16 disposals, and she really does have free rein of this field at the moment. There's nobody that's really running with her in a hard tag or anything like that, so let's see what influence she has in this second half.
Loynes immediately taken down. They pile in on top. Let's head boundary side. Carlton's Darcy Vesio joins us. Darcy, that's one heck of a contest. What are you expecting? What are the instructions from half at half-time?
Well, he was pretty happy with how we've been tracking lately. I think, yeah, obviously we're up, we're in control of the game, but we just need to up our physicality. So hopefully the girls will put the pressure on now and really get a body on.
The Saints certainly tightened up in the second term, didn't it? It was more free-flowing in the opening quarter. Both sides locking down a bit more in the second. Yeah,
they're a very disciplined side, and they're very good at stopping teams from moving the ball. So we knew that they'd be really tricky throughout the night, and we know we're going to have to work for it all 4 quarters. So, yeah, we definitely didn't expect an easy contest.
Predictability is such an important thing in footy teams, Darcy, and it seems like in recent weeks the predictability amongst your group is really growing. Players in the right positions and a real system with ball movement.
Yeah, I think we're really starting to understand how we play with each other and really trusting the way we need to play. And, yeah, that's how you get good results. Great tackle.
Darcy, you've played with Taylor Harris for a number of years now, but it really seems like over the last couple of weeks you've just clicked. Are you enjoying playing up a little bit higher and letting her do a bit more damage down, you know, closer to goal?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, what a goal.
Call it, Darcy.
Call that one, Darcy.
I don't know who kicked that, but it was fantastic. Great snap. Yeah, playing with Tay is great. Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on. Keep talking to us.
Cool, I'll keep talking. Yeah, just being able to create that connection with Tay has been really good. Obviously, I'm enjoying the challenge of delivering it in and having that responsibility.
It was Brooke Walker who made the snap, and Walker, Dalton and G are starting to develop a real sixth sense forward of the footy as well.
Oh, yes, they're very speedy, so it's really good just having them click together. We back their leg speed, and they're beginning, I guess, G's been playing for a long time, but Brooke and Chloe are still learning the game, so they're becoming even more potent as the weeks go on.
We appreciate your time. We'll let you get back into it. Good luck.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Wonderful snap there from Brooke Walker. Her 3rd goal of the season. And that goal from Walker gives the Blues a 13-point lead. Can the Saints respond once again, as they've done a couple of times already tonight? Dylan's been really important around the stoppages. Again, she wins it, does well, feeds it to Patrikios. She'll kick it out into space. Exon's going to have a couple to beat, but she's got a kind bounce. Tries to turn Pound. Handball inboard. Vesely steps inside. Prasparkas did it well. Keeps the football moving towards half forward. Greiser putting in the big steps to get there first. Lalawifi did well. Greiser versus Lalawifi. Greiser at ground level. Lalawifi comes again. Greiser gets into her back. Great one-on-one contest.
That was excellent work by Lalawifi. It was the second and third efforts here, and then Greiser just falling on top, giving away the free kick.
Dangerous kick from Lalawifi, opens the door here for Exon. She goes one-on-one with Pound. Shearlaw now gets involved, got Jess Hosking for company, tries to stay out of her back, and Pound is taken to the line. And Exon hurts herself in that tackle. A little slow to get up. Margin at 13 points. Early going third term. Wonderful goal from Walker, extending the Blues lead once again. Now it's up to the Saints to respond. Egan, Dalton, back to Egan, grits her teeth, bounces the football, but Dalton stayed in support. It was really important play from Dalton. Now G, she can run and go, can look for McAvoy, who turns. Beautiful understanding from G, and McAvoy, who just stopped, who was heading goal, and that's going to be 50 against Hannah Priest for running through the exclusion zone, and that will bring McAvoy to point-blank range and another goal for the Blues.
Lucy McAvoy just read that ball beautifully, didn't she? Tilly Lucas-Rod had gone thinking it was going to go over the back.
Goal to McAvoy. So Lucy McAvoy's first touch of the evening. She's been averaging 14 a game. She's on the board, and suddenly the Blues have got it out to 19 points.
I'm not quite sure what that handshake was there in celebration, but it was pretty impressive. Lucy McAvoy, she's another superstar that they've picked up in the draft just last year. So you look at the likes of Press Barkis, G, and now Lucy McAvoy coming through as that youth. It's really exciting prospects.
Great support run there from Dalton was critical, and then great understanding between G and McAvoy.
They've got so many elite runners in this Carlton outfit. Lucy McAvoy read it beautifully, and then the 50 was given away just there. And McAvoy walked it to the line and put it through. Have a look at this celebration, though.
So the Blues were the first 4 inside 50s of the term, and that equates to a couple of goals. And suddenly the Saints need to knuckle down here. They trail by 19 points. Here's their youngster, Patrikios, brilliantly done. Got out of traffic, wants to use McDonald, who is a left footer, if she can get onto it. Paddles to her own advantage. Will it sit at will? She can use her left now. Good pressure from Harrington. Affected the kick and put it out of bounds on the full. The veteran just sticking to the task.
It's really important for Molly McDonald to come out and not worry about last week. Obviously, they got beaten by 1 point after a 50-metre penalty was given away.
Johnson inside 50, chance here for Guttridge.
But she certainly can't dwell on that. She needs to move on to the next week.
Guttridge will go short, was nicely read there from Pound, got across, forced it to ground. Egan now scraps against a couple of Saints. Mackie with strength tries to rip it out. Lalawifi does the same, and they wrestle over the football until the umpire calls for it. Quick restart. Greiser in the ruck against Moody. Dalton again with quick hands, nicely read by Guttridge. Runs into Hosking. Greiser goes off the deck. Pound will get there first. She's going to have Drennan for company. Tries to wrap her up. Ball comes out. Umpire says play on. They pile in on top. Good pressure from the Saints once again.
Yeah, it's really pleasing to see the defensive pressure that the forwards are putting on for the Saints. They're really trying to lock it in and open up more opportunity.
Greiser to Mackie, run down by Pound. Pressbarkis took the advantage and in the end shanked the kick. So the Saints will get the football back. It's in the hands of Bella Shannon. She chips it up inside 50. Wilson, nicely done over the top from McDonald to force a contest. Hosking, down to Pressbarkis, who's rolled and tackled. Umpire will call for it right on 50 for St Kilda. Sammy Johnson there doing the hard work for the Saints on debut.
She's been quite impressive as well. The 7 disposals, running at 71% disposal efficiency.
Moody the tap down to Dalton, immediately tackled by Vesely, knocked it clear. Watt, she's taken down. Can't escape the Vesio tackle. Moody and Watt lock up again. Moody got the tap. Vesely has been so impressive. Umpire spotted the free kick. It's going St Kilda's way. It's going to come back to Olivia Vesely. 13th touch for her coming up. Does all the hard work in and under for the Saints. And she and Georgia Patrikios are going to form quite the 1-2 punch in this St Kilda lineup. Throw in Dillon as well, and there's a lot to like about this inside midfield for St Kilda. Mackie almost managed to hang on to that. Pressbarkis tried to feed it through. Mackie went after her again. The veteran versus the youngster. Lalawifi tried to touch it to Pound, and Pound spins out. She's hurt her knee. Moody and Gab Pound is in pain. The trainers come to her. It's a free kick to the Saints. It's going to Mackie. And every time we see a player go down, we all hold our collective breath. This time it's Pound who twists. Oh, there's the ankle.
Yeah.
Oh, rolls that ankle nasty. And she's going to hobble to the bench. So the ball's with Mackie. She's already moving on it better, which is a great sign there for Gab Pound, and a good squaring kick from Mackie. Finds Sammy Johnson on debut. Big moment here for Sammy. 8th possession coming up. The lifelong Saints fan just chips it towards the top of the square. Gries the spoils from behind. Well played, Leloifi. Found some space. It's through the hands of Fitzpatrick. Plain attacked it, did well, forced a contest. And she, in fact, won a free kick for the high shot.
It's just excellent attack on the footy, isn't it?
Just thundered in to force a contest and made sure at least it was a 50-50. Chips the kick to Prespakis, who stands tall. Good fist from behind came from Shannon, who now wins the football. Pressure from behind came from Dalton, affected the kick through the hands of Wilson. Leloifi to tidy up again. She goes backward to Harrington. And the Blues got a really effective switching system deep in defence tonight. Harrington and Plain and Leloifi and Wilson. And this time it's Wilson, called to go. Not sure why. Umpire says throw it in. Harrington throws her hands up as well. Must have been touched off the boot, because it surely wasn't a distance issue. Umpire must have thought he heard it touched off the Harrington boot. Sheila worked to the front. Vesely slaps it forward. Mackie in there on hands and knees. Well done to Vesely, who breaks clear, heads goalward. Has she got the finish? Touched by Leloifi right on the line. It was brilliant play from Vesely. She's been outstanding tonight. As we said at the start of the night, if she maintains this sort of form, a rising star is heading her way, certainly in terms of nominations and being right in the mix, and that was great from Leloifi.
I don't even think that Leloifi knew where the footy was. She just put her arms out and hoped for the best and managed to get a little fingertip on that ball.
Dalton to Brazali, good ball movement from the Blues. She goes towards half forward. At the back was McAvoy, just nudged Shannon out. She's saying she used the forearm. Shannon goes short. Here's Vesely again. Switches on the bounce to Lucas Rod. Look out, here comes Hosking. Quick hands to Priest. Umpire pays a free kick. Coming back to Tilly Lucas Rod. Now Priest. Lucas Rod again under pressure from Loynes. Has to hoist it high. Prespakis at the front. O'Neill at the back. Prespakis goes to ground. Flips it to the voice of Plain. Plain bounces it inside 50. Lucas Rod will track it back. Well done. Linked up with Fitzpatrick. Goes for distance down the line. It's a 3-on-2. Blues have the numbers. Saints have the football. Johnson flips it up to Vesely. She was affected by the pressure. Her kick goes out of bounds. It'll be a Carlton ball. With just under 4 minutes remaining, it's the Blues by 3 goals. Saints looking to rally here and try to get it back. It's a tight contest in general play. Harris with a massive hit on Watt. Play on the call, beautifully fed out from Downey, off the side of McAvoy's boot. Might still work for the Blues. Walker, Vesio, last woman standing and misses under pressure. They all went to ground. Vesio kept her feet. Couldn't quite finish. Here's the tackle from Taylor Harris on Ree Watt. Another rib rattler.
Darcy did read that beautifully as well. She would have gone for that mark, but recognised that Brooke Walker was positioned well. Sorry, I thought that was going to be a big hit by Jess Hosking.
Into her own player,
Yes.
Walker. Harrington now tracks the football. Sockets it backwards to her own advantage. She's got some numbers in support. Turns back into traffic and now uses Leloifi. Blues with plenty of numbers behind this one to try and set something up. Wilson to Plain, and once again, happy to just go laterally and move it from half back. Nice touch kick from Hosking, finds Egan. Egan wants to come inboard. And finds Harrington. Carlton's ball use in the back half's been a feature. Harrington now plays on, gains 10 metres, thumps it long towards half forward. Harris in the middle of this, and that vice-like grip wraps around the Sherrin once again. She's 55 from goal. She'll wind up. Here's a chance for Stevens, who's just popped up out of nowhere. Nicola Stevens streamed back into the hole and marks 20 metres out directly in front.
Well done, Nicola Stevens. Positioned herself beautifully, but have a look at this Taylor Harris mark. Potentially some hands there in the back that might not have been seen by the umpire, but credit to them, and she positioned herself beautifully.
Stevens from directly in front. Chips it through. Stevens, her third goal for the season, playing a different role this year. She's moved from half back to half forward to provide some structure, some experience, and that sort of forward craft and smarts, Ab. She knew where the hole was and she went and found it.
It's been a sensational move putting her forward by Daniel Harford in the coaching group. As you said, she's such an experienced campaigner, and she really does bring some real leadership to that forward line.
Abs, we spoke about predictability with Darcy Vesio. Stevens provides that across half forward, which allows all the other players to just roam, play the game, knowing that Stevens is going to be in the right spot at the right time.
It really does. She's a great anchor for that forward line. So much leadership and experience, and it's proving dividends for them in that forward line.
Dillon to Phillips. Short kick to half forward from Mackie. Back to Dillon. Beautiful smother from Loynes. Dillon got it back. Links up with Patrikios. Dillon again from 40 metres out. And there's Wilson. Right spot at the right time. Up to 10 possessions, Charlotte Wilson. Up until last week, her best ever was 9. And then she had 19. She's had 10 tonight, although she'd want that one back. Zenos will get the free kick. Tight in the pocket, Nicola Zenos. Clever young player. Runs around, improves the angle. Goes for it. Through the hands of Mackie. Minor score.
And Karen Harrington, she was just standing the mark on that kick in, but she's now at 16 disposals, still running at 100% disposal efficiency. She was the one that launched that ball into Taylor Harris to take the grab, so she's just been so consistent for them down back tonight.
Vesio goes towards Harris. Over the back of that contest. Lucas Rod versus Harris. Lucas Rod will get there first. Harris sweating on her, trying to take her to the line. Lucas Rod did really well. Went to the voice of Dillon. That's a beautiful kick down the line. Opens a door now for McDonald. She can pump it inside 50. Lalawifi versus Greiser. Greiser will have the strength. Lalawifi the agility. And Vesio, once again, late in quarters, goes back, keeps her feet, controls the situation, and Lalawifi goes to Plain to Downey. And that's the licence that Darcy Vesio's got now to push back late in quarters and just provide a little bit of smarts and a little bit of clean disposal.
Yeah, and just stability for that back line as well. She's such a steady head as well, so if she takes a mark, she generally uses the footy really well.
Hosking.
It's great for them late in the quarters.
Only 15 seconds left now for the Blues. They just need to be tidy. A shank of a kick towards the wing. Lucas Rod, has she got time to get it back in? McAvoy with the tackle, stripped her of the football. Going hard there was Prespakis against Patrikios. The good friends go at it. It spills out towards Phillips. And at three-quarter time, the Blues have kicked away to a handy lead. They added 3 goals, 1 to 2 behinds in that term and converted a 7-point halftime lead into a 24-point lead as we turn for home at Icon Park. It's three-quarter time. Carlton, 7-2-44. The Saints, 3-2-20.